What is going on, guys? Today I'm going to show you how I do my complete top-down analysis. Now, half of you are going to click off this video because I'm going to start with something half of you are not going to like. So without further ado, let's get started. So a lot of people probably do not want to hear me say this, but the truth is I have no secret to top-down analysis. All right. I have no secret. I come into the market. Every situation in the market is totally unique. I know what a new week opening gap is. I know what equal highs are. I know what a fair value gap is. I know what an inversion is. I know what a volume imbalance is. I'm blending all of these concepts, and if I see them in the morning, I will look to see, okay, where's market structure telling me to go, and where's the next volume imbalance? Where's the next new week opening gap? Where's the next equal highs? And that's my bias, right? This is a totally, like, I'm bullish right now because there's a new week opening gap right here, and we have the momentum going towards this new week opening gap. And we have bullish structure, right? We have a market structure shift. We have inversions, but it's not going to be like this every day. It's going to be unique, okay? So that's why watching the ICT content is important, because you're going to have all this in the back of your head and be like, okay, well, I see this. I'm going to think this. Now, do I use the weekly and daily time frame for my analysis? No, not at all. I don't care what the weekly is. I will use it for long-term stuff, but it doesn't really matter to me. I'm trading the 1 minute time frame mainly. I don't really care. Daily, same thing. I mean, the daily somewhat I kind of use. Like right now, I use the daily. I'll explain why. It's just because, like, we held. Look at this. This is a very bullish reaction. Now this barely happens. It's a very unique situation, but see how this wick came all the way down and we respected it. So it's like I'm going to naturally be bullish because of that reaction, probably back to this and then this fair value gap, and then we'll see what happens there. But like, this is such a unique situation. How many times are we going to tap into a fair value gap to the left from, when was this? May 3rd. Okay, not a lot. It happens right now. You can use the daily chart technically for bias. Would I still maybe take a short tomorrow if it was A plus and I like to equal high sweep or something? Yeah, probably. But the daily is just good to know as a general broader term. Now, what I do use is I really start with the 4 hour and 1 hour. Like when I'm waking up, I made a complete checklist on this, by the way, if you guys are interested. I look for three main things. I look for, when I wake up in the morning, I look for an equal high. I look for like I don't really look for new week opening gaps that much. If they're really obvious, I will. Like this one, I definitely would. Okay. I look for equal highs, equal lows. I kind of look at what market structure is telling me. I look for data high or data lows, right? If we have 8:30 news, I'm always scouting for that high or low created off of news. And usually just something along the lines of that. So like, and I'm also kind of seeing like, where are we in the range? So this morning, I saw a new week opening gap. In the range, we're relatively low, right? We dumped 1,000 points overnight, so not really interested in shorting. And we had a new week opening gap above. So naturally, I'm coming in bullish. Okay. I'll show you an example where my bias was wrong. It was on oil, right? My bias was wrong here. I'll show you where. On the 1 hour or on the 4 hour chart here, okay, we inverse this 4 hour, right? It was awesome. It was very good momentum, and I was almost sure we were going to go to this buy side and this buy side, but price failed to do it, and we end up just dumping. Right, so it's not going to be foolproof every time. This is clearly a fail, but you're probably, if you're taking my IPG model, trading my rules, it's still very hard to lose no matter what. Like if I go, let's say I go to the 1 minute time frame here and I'm looking for a long in this pullback. All right, we'll see if it even gives me a long here. Let's see. Like, let's look for like a market structure shift or an inversion or something here. We'll see if we get it. Okay. I like that. So I do like that, but I would not long this anymore because if we were traced into it, to me, we've already taken out way too much liquidity. If we were traced into it here, then I would have taken that and I would have targeted this high and this high, whatever, but we didn't. So I wouldn't take that anymore. Looking for like an obvious inversion. Okay, great. That was that one right here? No, it wasn't. It wasn't valid. We closed to the tick. And then at this point, we closed way too high to even take this. So not valid. Still not really seeing any obvious one. This is very low volume stuff. Yeah, I'm not really seeing anything I like there. So you can see I don't even see a single thing I like. I mean, we had this, but it wouldn't be valid because we closed above. And we ended up dumping through it anyway. So even though I was technically wrong about the bias, I probably would not have entered anything here. All right, I even wouldn't have entered. I like this entry here, but I just would not have entered this late. I would have entered this inversion here, but obviously did not give me the entry. Let's say it did, it probably wouldn't have been a loss because I would have taken some profit here, you know? So even though I'm getting the bias wrong here, it doesn't really matter. I'm still not losing that much. Yeah, the main thing I'm looking for is, do we have equal highs? Where are we in the range? And is there a data high or low? Not every day you're going to get a data high or low. It's like once a week, maybe once every 2 weeks. I mean, a lot. It's been happening recently. And I also rely on market structure. So, for example, if I'm in the 1 hour and I see a new week opening gap, I'm only going to be like, yeah, I'll tell my stream, I'll be like, okay, we're going to go to this new day opening gap. But if price is like this, could I really say we're going to go to this new week opening gap? I could guess we are, but I can't say like, yeah, this is going to be the draw right here, right now. Right? When we get like a bullish shift, okay, I can now be, okay, now we're going to go to this. This is going to be the draw right now, right here, or right here, right now. So do you see the difference? Hopefully you do. And then the other thing I look for is like obvious for value gaps. Like, are we respecting? Are we getting inversions? You know, I'm just, it's like I don't use it weekly and daily. It's not a secret. Okay. I don't rely on I mean, I use the 4 hours sometimes, but I've been using the hourly a lot more. I mean, the 4 hours, okay. Like I would have used the 4 hour here. You can clearly see, like, look at this death candle. It just goes through all of this. This is just a major death candle. The second this candle closes, I'm using the 4 hour to tell me, okay, we're going to go here. Right? If I go to the hourly chart there, you could have still probably figured the same thing out in the hourly. Just all these death candles going through all these gaps. Right? It's very straightforward here. But yeah, I'm not really like doing top-down analysis. That's my secret. I kind of scan the time frames. I scan the 4 hour, I scan the 1 hour, I scan the 15-minute. The 15-minute above I use for bias. The 4 hour and 1 hour I use for bias. 5-minute and below I use for entries. I really don't enter the 5-minute anymore. I will talk about that in another video and explain why, but I really haven't been using that. And yeah, I mean, every situation is unique. Like, you need to learn what a volume balance is. You need to learn what a new week opening gap is. You need to see equal highs regularly. You need to see equal lows. You need to see data highs. There's so much stuff that we could be going to, and you just don't know what they are, so you don't know the bias. And another thing, the main thing is, once you figure out what all these things are, such as like volume and balance, new week opening gap, you have to have structure to validate that that's your draw. If we have bearish structure, but we have a new week opening gap above, structure does not validate we're going to that new week opening gap, if that makes sense. Like, if all of a sudden I wake up tomorrow and I see a giant death candle through all this, I'm not going to be bullish anymore. There's just no way, right? If we started getting bullish momentum back up, then I'd change my mind again, but that's like the biggest thing. So market structure validates all my theories and where I think the price is going to go. I don't marry a lot of things. If it's like really obvious equal highs, I will, and I will, but that's that. Right now, if I were to do complete top-down analysis for tomorrow, I'd be thinking, okay, I'm probably going to be bullish. We're very low in the range. I don't really want to short. I think I'm going to be bullish at least until we hit this, because the new week opening gap is a nice magnet. My condition, or what I'm going to use for my bullish bias, is this hourly fair value gap, right? And I'm not using the 4 hour here because there's not really an obvious one, so I'll use a 1 hour. Do we have an equal highs above? Well, let me check. We do have some set of equal highs above right here. So my bias, so like tomorrow, I'm going to be bullish because the 1 hour has an hourly fair value gap. We have bullish market structure. We have a structure shift. We're in discount in the higher time frame. We have these equal highs right here. I'm not going to say like, oh, we're going to go to these equal highs for sure. I want to see how we react to this new week opening gap first. So, but this would be like a backup plan if we really kind of pump through this. And yeah, I mean, that's kind of going to be my bias tomorrow. So you can see this isn't going to help you with every situation because every situation is unique. But you can see I'm using so much prior knowledge on the 4 hour, 1 hour, 15-minute. Like, one of the things I do is I don't use the 4 hour here because I think the 1 minute is just a little more helpful structure-wise. And yeah, you can kind of see what I do there. So that's my secret to top-down analysis. I don't really have one. I just scan the time frames. I see what's best. I look for those levels I kind of talked about. And yeah, just blending everything together and then combining that with, okay, where does market structure actually tell me we want to go? And again, a lot of this comes from screen time. I've been training for years. I know what level should be hit and when, and it's just something that I've seen repeat and repeat and repeat. So that's the other thing, a part of it too. So that is going to wrap it up for this video. Do not forget to use code Dodgy for 80% off discount. Hope you guys are using these prop firm accounts and not live accounts to practice some of the stuff I'm teaching, because they're like $30 or way cheaper. You're not actually losing $2,000. Whereas if you did a live account, you'd be losing all your money. And then what money are you going to trade with? So that's going to be it for this video. I will see you in the next one. Peace.